Have you heard of the way to sell your wholesale deals for way more profit? No more are we selling to the cash buyer that's always nickeling and diming us and trying to get the deal from us as low as possible, right? There's a new way to sell your deals where you can make way more money than selling to the cash buyer investor, this landlord that wants to buy our property, and he's like, I only want to pay you $52,000 even though we're only asking $55,000. Why is he trying to cut us down $3,000? Well, look, there's a way to reach way more buyers that actually want to pay full value, full ask of what you're actually asking for the property. So guys, in this video today, I'm going to show you how to sell your deals for way more, for the most you want. And the strategy is called a novation, right? A lot of people are talking about novation lately. What is novation? Well, novation is the key and the ticket to selling your properties for way more and making way more money when wholesaling real estate. But novation, it sounds all scary and like, oh my God, it's so complicated. Well, guess what? I've been doing novations before people even called it novation. I've been doing these deals way before anybody was even talking about it. Novation is now like a buzzword in the industry, like, wow, novation, it's complicated. Oh, are you doing novations? You must be so cool. Well, guess what? It's actually called an equitable interest listing. It's actually a very simple concept. I'm going to explain it to you today on the whiteboard so that way you know how to do these deals and you can go out there and make way more money like all of us wholesalers are that are doing these deals, and that way you can become more successful. So let's break it down so that way you're not scared anymore of how do I do these deals? Let me show you today. Okay, it's actually an equitable interest listing. Now I do want to mention before I get into this that this is not legal or financial advice. This video is purely for entertainment, but novation, okay? Do your own due diligence, okay? Equitable interest listing, what does that mean, okay? When you get a property under contract, just like when you're going to wholesale it, okay, to a cash buyer, when you have a property under contract, you have equitable interest in that property because you have it under contract. That is what it is called, okay? So when you have equitable interest in a property, okay, you can then market for sale your equitable interest, right? If I have something, I can sell it, right? So when I have a property under contract, I can sell my equitable interest, okay? Now, that's essentially what we're doing with wholesaling. Now, we have equitable interest in the property, we're marketing our equitable interest, we're assigning our equitable interest to the cash buyer, and they are then closing on the deal, okay? And we're getting paid for our equitable interest. So essentially, when we get a property under contract, we then have equitable interest, and then we can create an equitable interest listing. Okay, this is how I was doing novations before the word novation was even a thing. It's called an equitable interest listing. When I would get my properties under contract, because in my contract I have term number 7 that says seller agrees to let buyer market the property on the MLS and any other marketing channel, the seller in the purchase contract agreed to letting me market the property. So because of that, I would take that property and I would go list it on the MLS, okay? I would go list that property on the MLS. What is the MLS? The MLS is the multiple listing service, okay? This is what realtors use to put the properties up for sale, to get them in front of a bunch of buyers' eyes and a bunch of realtors that have buyers' eyes so that way they can sell the property. This is how they market the property to sell it. So when I have a property under contract, it means I have equitable interest. Now I'm going to go list my equitable interest for sale on the MLS, okay? So essentially a novation and equitable interest listing, they mean the exact same thing, okay? So just want you to know that so that way you're more aware of how this is working, okay? Now, what this means, for us to be able to take our property that we have under contract and list it on the MLS, that makes us make way more money, and here's why. Remember in the beginning of this video I said, you gotta stop selling your deals to cash buyers. We need to sell them in a way where we can make more profit. This is the way. If we're able to sell our properties on the MLS, we're going to be able to reach what's called traditional buyers. People that actually want to live in the property. Not investors that are trying to lowball you, not cash buyers that are trying to lowball you, or landlords that are trying to lowball you just to pick up another rental property super cheap. We are going to be able to reach traditional buyers. Husband and wife that just got married that want to buy their first house and fix it up, right? A family that wants to buy it and move in, right? These buyers will pay more. They will pay full market value and they will get a loan to pay for it, okay? So meaning they're not paying with cash, you know, they can actually pay a lot more. So we're able to reach a way bigger buyer pool. And the bigger the buyer pool, the more eyes on the deal, the more money you're gonna make. So the MLS is more eyes, okay? And when we have more eyes on our deal, that equals more money. Okay, I hope that makes sense. The more eyes looking at your deal, the higher the buyer we're gonna get, the more money we're gonna make. So, a novation and equitable interest mean the same thing. When we have a property under contract, we have equitable interest. We can do a novation, we can do an equitable interest listing. What does that mean? We're gonna list it on the MLS. The MLS is what realtors use to market the deal, and that's gonna be more eyes on the deal. We're gonna make more money, okay? That's how this works. That's how amazing it is, okay? Now, let me break down exactly how you're gonna do it and some of the intricacies with it, right? Because there is a little bit of stuff that makes it a little bit complicated, right? You know, it's not as scary as people make it sound and as complicated as people make it sound, okay? It's as simple as this. But sometimes when you find a specific type of buyer that's using a FHA loan, VA loan, or even a conventional loan, sometimes things can become a little tougher, okay? But I'm gonna explain how that's done, okay? Now, the final thing that I wanna mention before we move on to how to deal with situations like that is a lot of MLS platforms, every state has different MLS platforms. Like in Arizona, it's called ARMLS, ARMLS, right? Every state has different MLS, okay? Now, a lot of states actually on the listing, when you plug the listing in to list a property, there's a checkbox that says, is this an equitable interest listing? And that has been around for so many years. So a lot of states literally allow you to do equitable interest listings and have a checkbox built in the MLS for it. This novation thing isn't new. Equitable interest listing has been around since 2000, right? It's been around forever. Okay, for decades, all right? So just wanted to make that clear. Now, more eyes, right? So what does that mean? That means we can get an FHA buyer, a VA buyer, and a conventional, okay? These are loan types. So now we don't only accept hard money and cash buyers. Now, people that are paying with hard money and cash usually are lower. These buyers will pay retail, like I mentioned, okay? Which is great because we can make more money, and it also opens us up, not just these two, but we have all these eyes on our deal now because we have all these different types of buyers, okay? Which is amazing. Now, what gets tricky about these loans is they have some caveats to them, right? With an FHA loan, the property needs to be in real good shape. Okay, with a VA loan, same thing, real good shape. Now with a conventional loan, it can be a fixer-upper. So most of the time when we're selling these deals and we're taking a traditional loan, we want to try to get it to be a conventional loan. Because when they do their inspection, usually the lender will still will lend on the deal even with it needing work. With FHA and VA, the lender a lot of times will want you to fix things for them to issue a loan on the property. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, if the property's in really good shape, right? If the property's in good shape, we can go for any of these three. If it's a fixer-upper, usually gonna need to be more like a conventional loan offer, okay? Conventional loan offers close faster, it's easier, all the above, okay? Now, most of the time, when you are doing these wholesale deals on market and selling to a loan, the lender won't bat an eye at it. They will give loan docs and they will fund the transaction and they will give the money to the buyer for them to close on it, okay? But every once in a while, the lender will say, your name is not on title. We're the seller because we're the one that we have it under contract. We have equitable interest. We're selling our equitable interest. But my name is Jacob, and the homeowner's name on title is Sally. So the lender could go, your name isn't Sally. The seller's name on the paperwork is not Sally. Sally's the one on title, not Jacob. We're not going to issue the loan. We're not going to issue loan docs. And so when that happens, you have ran into a problem. Now, rarely does this happen. Most of the time, the lender does not even bat an eye at it, and they will lend on the transaction. Every once in a while, they will say that's a problem, and what you have to do then is you have to rework the paperwork. You then need to get an AIF, which is an attorney in fact, where it's an attorney in fact, a limited power of attorney, where the seller, Sally, is giving the right to sell and sign docs on her behalf to sell the property. Now, once the lender sees that limited power of attorney, the lender will say, okay, your name's not on title, but you have limited power of attorney, check, I'll loan on the property, the transaction can close. Or if you can't get an AIF, you'll need to switch paperwork. And you're going to have the seller sign the closing doc. You're going to have the seller sign the contract with the buyer. We've had to do that before. It's usually explainable and works out, okay? You have the seller sign and the paperwork, and then it can close, okay? But like I said, most of the time the lender doesn't give a problem. So we don't get the AIF in advance. Most other wholesale companies get the AIF in advance, but it just makes more complications and makes the seller more stressed out when signing, and then we lose deals that way. So we've decided we're only getting the AIF if the lender gives us a problem. This is how we do novations, okay? This is how I do novations. This is how to do them. Most people make it sound so complicated, and they throw in a bunch of attorney and facts, documents that are unnecessary, novation indemnification agreements, unnecessary. There's so many things that people talk about that are just unnecessary. They talk about filing a notice of interest on the property, recording that, and then getting it released as their payment. These things are not necessary in almost every single situation where you are selling a property. I want you guys to keep in mind, boil down all the confusion with this and just remember it as an equitable interest listing, okay? So now, sometimes we're listing the properties without giving the seller this pitch. Sometimes we're listing the properties without giving the seller this pitch about we're going to help them sell the property. We're just listing it anyways because they agreed in the contract for us to list it, right? But other times when the property's in real good shape and maybe they want a little bit too much and it's going to be tight, we give them a novation pitch. And we tell them, hey, we have another program other than our cash offer where we can actually get you more money, where we actually help you sell the property for top of the market and we save you on commissions. So we will help you market the property on multiple different marketing channels like the MLS. We will email our cash buyers list. We will put your property out there to a bunch of people and we will find you the highest offer we can get. And if you like the offer, we can move forward and get a deal done. But I know our cash offer wasn't where you wanted to get at. So I wanted to offer this other program we have where we help you maximize as much as you can get on your property by helping you market it. And you're going to save a lot more money than working with a realtor. Normally with a realtor, you're going to pay about 6% in commissions. With us, you're only going to pay about 1% in costs when selling it with this program we offer. So see, we're providing them a service to help them easily sell their property where they're still going to maximize, but saving them money rather than working with a realtor. That's our pitch that we give them when we want to give them like a novation pitch. But most of the time, we're just getting it under contract normally, not pitching any of that to them, and then doing an equitable interest listing it, and selling it. Guys, I know everything about this wholesaling real estate game. I've been wholesaling for the past 6 years since 2019, and I want to be your mentor. If you want me to break down all this stuff, show you how to build out a $1 million wholesaling real estate company and become massively successful in wholesaling, I want to be your mentor. There's a link down below in the description to apply for mentorship from me. Now, there's 2 more things I want to mention before this video wraps up of ways I can help you for free. Number 1 is my free Wholesaling Real Estate University. It's where you can access 20 free course videos on wholesaling real estate for 100% free. You can access it at freewholesalingrealestate.com, or there's a link down below in the description for that. Now, the second way that I can help you for free is I hold a free 1-hour mentorship call, free 1-hour live training every single week. So click the link down below, sign up for my next live call with me where I will personally mentor you. We'll jump on a Zoom call for 1 hour. I will see you on my next mentorship call. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go down below, hit the red button and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.